Hello guys, what is going on? Today we're going to be doing a Gears of War E-Day beta review. So purposes here, played Gears of War 4, Gears of War 5 a lot. I didn't really get into Gears 5 that much till a little bit later in the life cycle. I wasn't really a big fan when it first came out, but I did start enjoying it later on. Gears of War 4 though, I played a lot. It was my most played game during that generation of consoles, Xbox One and PS4. My most played game was Gears of War 4. Had a lot of fun with that game. There are some things in that game though that I wasn't the biggest fan of, and I think also in Gears 5, with like the whole buying characters and everything, I think this game is kind of going to write that with the whole everything's going to be unlockable. That's what they're saying. They also did put out that you get 1,000 iron in the collector's edition of Gears of War E-Day, so we're gonna have to wait to see that part of it. But the whole aspect of them saying everything's gonna be unlockable is a good step in the right direction, and bodes well for this game in its future. But anyways, starting off, the beta, the most obvious thing that's different is the movement. The movement is way different in this game than it is in past Gears games. And at first, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. It took a little bit to get used to. I was a little, not only put off by it because I didn't really mind the change because it's good for them to update it, but it was a little hard to get used to. And still, even like as I was playing it a lot, like towards the end of my playtime, towards the end of the beta here, I was still holding A to try to run when like it's spread the left stick now. That part changed a bit. Another thing, it's a little bit different. It feels a little bit different. The movement feels a lot more like Fortnite, I will say. I don't know why. Like when they first showed gameplay, that was the first thing I thought of. Was just like literally looks like Fortnite gameplay. But I do like the whole sliding. It feels like a good evolution of Gears movement. No more roadie running. Now it's just like sprinting upright normally. And the sliding aspect does feel really good, and you can do some cool stuff with the slide. So you have some cool movement techniques here. You can also like chain together from sliding to cover, which feels really nice and really good. So for versus, let's go and talk about some versus things. So in the versus game mode at first, it took me a while to get used to the Gnasher. The Gnasher felt really difficult to use at first, almost like it wasn't registering shots. And I know they said there was like a delay in the Gnasher shots, and even like people that I play with, like my brother said, like when he was playing, he noticed like there was like, it feels like there's a delay in the Gnasher shot, and it does. It feels like when you shoot, the Gnasher's not actually shooting. A lot of the times the pellets have like really wide spread that's like not it doesn't really feel like normal, I guess, or like how you would expect it, because you have to get really close to get a one-shot kill the Gnasher, which is good. The Gnasher is like now fully a close quarters weapon, and you have to be more accurate with your shots. But at first I felt the Gnasher was like super inconsistent. I wasn't sure what I was doing wrong. Like the first few games I was like getting like 4 or 5 kills a game and dying like a ton. But once you got used to it though, the Gnasher feels really good. It's really fun to use. And it feels really good. And like the whole less wall bouncing also makes you have to like stand in the fights more and like fight people, you know, skill to skill, versus like if you're good at wall bouncing, you can just like wall bounce like crazy and bounce everyone out, which I know is like a Gear skill, but like it feels way more like, I mean, I really don't want to say older Gears where cover feels a little bit more stickier, where it's not just like crazy bouncing like it was in Gears 4, especially Gears 5. You just like bounce all over the place, like whether you're like barely stuck in cover at all. The other weapons feel great. The power weapons of the maps all feel great. I never used the long shot. I've never been a big sniper. I never picked the long shot up on Outpost here, but on Market I used both power weapons, the Gut Puncher and the Incinerator. The Incinerator is so much fun to use. It's so good, and it has a really good counter to it, or not counter necessarily, but like a balancing act. Like you have to charge the shot up, so you're not gonna just always be able to just like to hold the trigger down and just shoot immediately. You have to time your engagements a little bit more with that one. The Vulcan is great. It's like feels more like the tri-shot in Gears 4 and 5, where it's like super powerful, it kills them very quickly, and just like jibs everyone all the time. It's really good and really fun to use. The Gut Puncher is also really good. Little changes to the boom shot. I just feel weird not having the boom shot proper in the game. You only have the heavy boom shot now, but I feel like it's a good adaptation of it. It's a lot like the Bushka, kind of like a drop shot Bushka hybrid almost. The Bushka from Judgment. It does feel like, I mean, I know it's like modeled after the Bushka if you read the lore and everything, but it does feel really good to use. It's really fun to use. And it's very good as well. It's kind of interesting you get 6 shots though, considering it has 4 rounds in a magazine size. So like you only get 6. So like when you reload, you're not really getting a full reload with anything. Overall, though, had a lot of fun multiplayer. Looking forward to the next 4 maps that get revealed when the game comes out. Looking forward to playing those. Retro Lantern was good too. Yeah, really looking forward to the full game launch. Trying other maps, see how they play. Because the maps in the beta so far are great. They're really good maps. All right, now let's move on to Horde Siege. So, Horde Siege is interesting. It's really not the classic Horde mode. It feels more like I feel like a better term, like a Call of Duty DMZ, like kind of like an extraction shooter type thing, more so than a classic survival wave Horde. I know they have missions that you like survive waves and everything, but it's way more like open, way bigger in scale, which is great, and it feels really good to play. And it is a lot of fun, especially when you have big events. There's like all 3 squads are like in the same place fighting the boss. I fought one. I played one round where we were fighting a Brumac, and then like all 4 squads were there. All 3 squads were there fighting this Brumac. We all killed the Brumac, and it was just like the scale of it is amazing, and it just feels massive when you're all playing. Like you run other squads, doing their objectives, and you support them out and everything. It does feel a little interesting though that like everyone is like so spread out. It's not really like there's not really too much like overlap in them, and like seeing everything and seeing other squads, but it's still good, and it's still a lot of fun. A good evolution of Horde. It does feel like there's like a bigger war going on, I will say, which is good that it feels a lot bigger in scale now than it did in the past year's games. I mean, I know there's still classic survival Horde. I didn't play it in this first weekend of the beta. Maybe I'll try it out later. But yeah, overall, Horde Siege, a great evolution of Horde. I really had a lot of fun playing it. It is so much fun to just run these missions and do it. All the classes feel great. I only played as the marksman though. I'll try some other classes next week when the next beta starts, or maybe in the full game comes out. Try some other classes out. Check them out. Marksman's a lot of fun to use, especially when you reach level 10 and get the damage bonus, or you can just do like insane damage with the sniper rifle and long shot. You put that and you pair that with the rifled barrel, where you get more critical shot damage. You can just one shot like pretty much everything on infantry difficulty. And just clear house with it. It's a lot of fun, and having a good team is great too, especially when like you're all working together, like popping revives and everything. It makes it so much more fun to do it that way. I will say though, it does feel very hard might be the right word, but it is insanely difficult. I feel like the locusts do so much damage to you. You can get down so fast constantly, especially in like the smaller parts of the map. Like the smaller parts of the map where like you're having to do wave defense, kind of just like overrun you too easily, I think. And maybe that's because we were playing infantry as below level 10. I know like it says level 10 recommended for infantry difficulty, but so the challenge is really good. It's a lot of fun to play a challenging game like this, challenging mode. I would love to see like in the final game if it's going to be as hard as this, because it does feel very, very difficult at times, especially some of the objectives. And then sometimes it's not. It's really weird, the difficulty. It's like some rounds I'd play where like I wouldn't go down once, and then we just like find like the scaling felt different. But like some games would be like I'd just go down constantly, and just like weird scaling there. I'm not really sure how that works and everything. But it is nice to like finally have weapon customization. Another thing in Horde Siege you can do, customize weapons much like Gears Tactics, and you can really make the weapon your own. Like you can put scopes on Lancer and different ammo mods and everything, and different barrels to increase your damage and all that stuff. And you can even put like a bayonet in the Nasher, which is really cool. So much different customization options here, which is great to have, and it's good to see that it's all going to be unlockable by just playing the game and leveling up your classes and getting weapon parts by completing objectives and side missions and partaking in the world events like killing the bosses, the Corpser and the Brumac. It is going to be interesting to see the other 2 maps as well, see how they're going to play, what they're going to bring to the table. They're going to be like all the same, like where it's all the same bosses. There's going to be like different bosses or different maps, like or different objectives, different ways to do them. I'm sure the map's going to play differently and feel differently. It's going to be really fun to see like how they play differently and all the different stuff that comes with that. So it's going to be cool to do all that. And also the Horde Survival, classic Horde Survival, that as well. And ranked as well. It's going to be fun to see ranked come back and try to play some ranked games and go through the levels of that and everything. And it's good to go back to 4 players. It feels a little bit slower, a little bit more precise. with that as well. One more thing I will say back on multiplayer topic is the respawn timers feel a little long, because it's only 4 players, and 12 seconds respawn timer, it just like, I feel like you really don't have a lot of time to like recapture the objective. Like if your squad gets wiped, you have a 12-second respawn timer, they're gonna be so far ahead and holding the objective. It's kind of makes it a little harder. I think if they decrease respawn timer like to maybe 8-second cap, maybe a little bit better. Just kind of take a few seconds off so we can get back in the fight faster and keep the matches going. Because there's a lot of downtime, even as as the opposite team. If you remove the entire or kill the entire enemy team, you're kind of just like sitting there waiting, twiddling your thumbs for a little bit without any competition. It just feels kind of like not as fast paced as it should be, I think, for having that. But they could also keep it, make it more competitive. Like make sure like if your squad's down, and you're only the last guy left, you need to just like pull back and like wait a little bit. Respawn, get all that ready, and go again, attack again. Overall, though, first weekend of the beta was great. It's been 7 years since the last Gears of War game, and I could not be happier with the way this is playing. I'm really excited to play the campaign as well. Though if it's anything difficulty-wise like Horde, it's going to be a pretty hard campaign, which is not a bad thing. But you know, it could be, it's going to be a difficult one. Good to bring a 4-player co-op back. Get to play with everyone else, get to play a whole team together, and play through the campaign, probably multiple times, beat it on every difficulty, just do all that. Have a lot of video ideas planned for Gears E-Day here. We're going to be doing probably a Road to Master, see if we can reach the highest rank possible in ranked, then also doing some Horde Siege stuff and playing through all those, getting every class to max rank. Yeah. Final verdict, though, is like I cannot wait for this game to come out finally. I've been waiting so long for a new Gears of War game, and it's so nice that it's as good as this has been. This has been great. It honestly feels like a whole different studio is making this game than made Gears 4 and 5. This one feels gritty. It feels hard. It feels way more like the original Gears in terms of like just the punchiness of everything, and all the weapons sound great. All the weapons sound so strong. They sound way better than any Gears of War game in the past. They sound like they actually pack a punch and are actually you know, doing a lot of damage to everyone. And it feels so fun to play, and I cannot wait until the game comes out in October, and I can play through the whole thing and never have to stop playing until the next one comes out, and it's gonna be great. So excited for this game. All right, if you guys like the video, please like, comment, subscribe for more Gears of War content in the future, and catch you guys in the next one.